But let's open it up, man, with the topic, man. We have a hero that passed away, man. Rest in peace, Jim Brown, man. Just give me you guys' perspective of what he meant to you guys, or if you know the history of him, just give me your feedback on Mr. Brown.
Man, I could open it up with his football career. Man, that guy was a beast on the football field, man. Cleveland Browns, he was out there trucking everything. You know what I mean? So he was no joke as a football player. And to couple that with his work that he did as a civil rights activist, man, his legacy is, bar none. You know what I mean? Nobody can overshadow what he has done and what he's contributed, man. So he gets much respect, much love, you know what I mean? One of our elders, man, I got to give him all the love in the world, man. I hope he rests in peace.
Respect. What about you, Wayne D?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna just echo what he's saying, man. Like I was saying, hey, like he was saying, monster on the field from the videos that I've seen. I was too young to see him on the field, but from videos I've seen it and movies that they done made of him, the man was awesome on the field. A lot of today's running backs they see Barry Sanders and Emmitt Smith, but before them, there was people who pioneered and made the way for them to be who they are. Like we see now running backs, we see like with Jonathan Stewart from the Colts. I got to shout out, not Indiana, but there's plenty of running backs who have shown respect to him. What I liked most about him so much is he wasn't just not only respected in just football players. He was respected from everyone, whether it was actors, whether it was basketball players, whether it was Olympians, whether it was doctors, whether it was presidents. He was just revered and praised just because of his activist work that he done for the community, for us Black, for Votans. The thing that stands out to me so much about him was when they took the picture with I think it was 15 Black athletes that was around the table. I forget what they were doing. I don't know if they were signing.
They were supporting Muhammad Ali because he didn't want to go fight in the war.
Yep, that's exactly what they were supporting Muhammad Ali because he didn't want to go to war, and so they was standing with their brother, and that's what I mean. Just by just the community that he had behind him, that was a powerful moment to have seen in what was it? I can't remember the year, but back in that times when we seen 15 Black brothers from all different dynamics, whether it was baseball, whether it was football, whether it was basketball, whether it was whatever, they all was coming from all over just to support one brother. So that's what I can remember the most about him, is just how many people loved him and appreciated him, not just for what he did on the field, but for what he did for others.
Man, he was a giant.
That's much love and respect. I mean, when you think about the city of Cleveland in Ohio, he was Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have if I'm not mistaken, they got a trophy. They got a statue of him, right? And if they don't, they need to make one because he paved the way. It was really inspirational because for LeBron James when they won a championship, Jim Brown was right there. And let's just shed a little light of some funniness on it. He was in "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker" too, which was a good movie.
Yeah.
Which is a good movie. And he didn't play no games. He was the same way every time, but he had mad respect for everybody, and he did his thing on and off the field. So he didn't just use it as being a great athlete. He was a great human being. So much love and respect to Mr. Jim Brown. May you rest in peace, sir.
And that's big, but that's a good point. I didn't even think about that. His acting history, he was in a lot of blaxploitation films. He was one of the first action stars, and he was one of the first stars to make that crossover too. So. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. His resume is long. Like I said, he's a giant of a man.
Yeah, for sure. And he wasn't even that big in stature either. But see, that just goes to show you it ain't how big you are. It's about the heart, man. Heart over height in a lot of cases. You know what I'm saying? But for him to be able to do what he did on the football field when the pads were limited back then, and the face mask had one bar.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And very limited pads, one bar, and he used to do 30 carries a game and used to ground and pound. Man, just amazing. You guys got any other feedback on anything, any story that you can remember about him that we can share with the people?
Man,
I mean,
I just movies for me, like you said.
Yeah.
Go ahead, RK.
I was just gonna say, I don't mean to keep stepping on you, man, but that I'm gonna get you sucker cameo, man, was ridiculous.
That
man.
was
hilarious.
one of the best things ever, man. And he just has a no nonsense where he has a look on his face where there's no way that I could be acting with him and not laugh because he was just no nonsense. Was he in Jackie Brown too?
He wasn't. That's the movie that I'm talking. That's the movie that I'm thinking of too. He was in Jackie Brown.
I thought he was in Jackie Brown. We actually got to look up we got to look up his portfolio or his catalog, man. He did some stuff.
Yes, he was. You're right. I think he was in Jackie Brown.
Yeah, man.
Rest